Welcome to Business Talk, our weekly University of Rio Grande and OSU South Center's podcast show. We are here at the University of Rio Grande TV studio. Not only are we doing live internet radio through Blog Talk Radio, but we are also live on the Jackson Educational Access Channel and Channel 17 University of Rio TV channel. Our podcasts are archived and placed on YouTube for viewing and listening again. Our mission is simple: to promote the University of Rio Grande and its diverse educational programs, promote the Ohio State University South Centers and its many business technology programs, promote the many great businesses and organizations in our area, and finally promote Southern Ohio, a great place to live, learn, and enjoy life to the fullest. Co-hosts are Jason Winters, Director of the Center for Small Business Entrepreneurship, and Mike Thompson, Instructional Design and Media Service Director, both with the University of Rio Grande. We also have Patrick Dengel, Business Development Specialist.
Who's hiding behind the camera today.
Yes, and Kimberly Roush, Program Assistant, both with OSU South Centers.
Well, thanks for doing the intro.
No problem, anytime.
So we have Carol Smith and Amber, who is a student. Carol, what's your position?
I'm the director of the Lauren M. Berry Center for Economic Education here at the University of Rio Grande.
Okay, what do you do?
Well, I work with area schools as far as education, economic education programs, and I advise the ENACTUS, Rio ENACTUS team.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a graduate of the University of Rio Grande. I received my bachelor's degree from Rio, also my master's degree, and I am married. I have 3 children and 2 grandchildren.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we have Amber Miller.
Hello.
Who is a student.
Mm-hmm.
What's your major?
I'm a business management major, hopefully graduating in the spring with my bachelor's degree.
Good for you to be on Business Talk. Tell us a little bit about you and your background.
Well, I've lived around here my entire life. I'm 22 years old, and I'm, like I said, majoring in business management. I'm the president of our ENACTUS team here on campus, and own some family businesses throughout my lifetime. So, kind of been in the business world forever. Okay.
So, we have had a SIFE team here.
Yes, we have.
And that has gone into transition to ENACTUS. So, enlighten everybody what SIFE or ENACTUS is.
Okay. We're getting used to the name change. It just occurred September 30th, actually. And so we're trying to get that SIFE transition over into ENACTUS, and so that people will recognize who we are. What we do as a team, we work on projects throughout the year. We do projects on campus as well as in the community, and we do not only the project work, but we also are able to go to competition with the projects that we've completed. So we do a lot of community service, community outreach, things such as that.
Okay, so if you're in the schools, what are you teaching?
Well, we're teaching basic economic concepts. We teach from kindergarten all the way through high school. We have programs that teach wants versus needs, scarcity, opportunity cost. We also have a entrepreneurship activity. We teach 5th graders how to run a business, which is a lot of fun. And so we try to teach basic economic concepts.
How do you do that with a group of elementary school kids?
Well, we have various lessons that we go in and teach. They're prepared lessons. We have some that are, a story-based lesson that includes activities, so that we can try to involve the little ones as well. It's just not coming in and listening to us speak to them, but trying to get them to do a little hands-on work as well, and teaching in that manner. So we have a lot of fun, and we've stayed very, very busy going to schools throughout the school year.
Okay, so what does ENACTUS mean?
Well, it's broken into actually 3 parts. The EN pretty much is derived from the entrepreneurship, ACT is from action, the actions that we take, and us would be us as a global community. So it's kind of broken up into three different portions to kind of and they put all that together for ENACTUS.
Because I know SIFE is Students in Free Enterprise.
Yes.
Right.
So is the free enterprise part still there, or is that politically incorrect? Or
I'm kind of wondering if it might not be a little politically incorrect. I think what the international organization is looking for, something that's widely accepted throughout the different countries that have teams. So I think we're kind of more gearing toward entrepreneurship as a basis, and free enterprise. Of course, we would like to think that we're a free enterprise system here in the United States, but maybe other countries don't feel that that's the direction that their economy is maybe involved in.
so maybe it's moved from the thrust of free enterprise to more entrepreneurship.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
So just making your own business, and
Yes.
making your own way.
yes.
Well, the ENACTUS Corporation is in a little over, we had 35 countries at World Cup, but I think they're in about 40 actually. So I think they're just trying to get a more broad range of a term to use to represent all the other countries.
Yes.
Okay. So you do this Let's Can Hunger campaign. Tell me about that.
Well, the Let's Can Hunger campaign is sponsored by CAMPBELL's and is basically a food campaign to try and donate food to your local food pantries or homeless shelters, kind of wherever you choose to donate the food. We personally donate all of our food to the Vinton Baptist Food Pantry. And you get to do it all year. It actually ends in April every year, so we have the entire fall semester to collect food, and then most of the spring semester to collect food as well. And we do that through various projects throughout the community.
So you kind of have to have a goal or a finish line.
Yeah,
Is more or less why you have to do it in April, right?
well, Let's Can Hunger likes you to have a goal of at least 5,000 pounds of food. We like to do a little more than that. Last year we donated a little over 10,000 pounds, and we haven't really set our goal for this year. We're looking to go way above 10,000 pounds, though we're doing something each month to help get the goal met quicker.
How do you promote that?
It depends on the project. In October, we actually did a trick-or-treat night when all the kids went out trick-or-treating for candy. We actually had advertised to some of the streets and local residents that we were coming around to pick up canned food. So we dressed up like all the kids, but we went around with our bags and collected the food, so they were prepared for that. But it just kind of depends on what we're doing. For the couponing workshop, which we held in November, we used a lot of Facebook. We went around to some of the local restaurants and stores and gas stations and posted flyers and things like that. So
Emails. We use
emails were a lot.
Facebook emails.
Facebook's our best friend when we promote things.
Yes.
So how does ENACTUS fit within RIO and what we do?
I think one thing that I have felt that ENACTUS has been beneficial to the university is we're able to get out into the community and sort of promote the university through our projects, through the students themselves, especially when we go into classrooms. The young children, they really enjoy having college kids to come in and talk to them. And we always have the students introduce themselves and talk about what they're studying, where they're from, so that they can kind of get to know them. And of course, we always get the question, well, do you know my mom? Her name is, So, the little ones think we know everybody here on campus. But I think that helps get a more personal touch with the area school children, as well as the community businesses that we work with, so that they can see that, we know University of Rio Grande, we know there's a lot of students out there, but we want to see, we get to see what students actually can do and what opportunities are available to students there at the university. So I think it kind of helps us get out and get, positive publicity.
Are you still doing the summer
Free Enterprise Conference.
Right.
Yes, yes. We
Do you still call it that?
Yes, we are still calling it the American Free Enterprise and Leadership Conference.
Okay.
So,
That's a favorite every year.
That-
That's what we look forward to.
yes, we really enjoy that. We already have students that's wanting to come back again for our Leadership Academy. So we will be holding the conference again the third week in June. So once we come back after Christmas break, we'll start planning our what we're doing next June for our Free
What kind of
Enterprise
stuff do you
Conference.
do during the conference?
Lots of things.
Well, we do a lot of things to let the kids have a lot of fun, but the main portion is we take all the students and separate them into small groups, and those groups become companies. Then they have to come up with a product, create the product, and sell it, and they do get to sell it for real money, and they get to keep the money, which a lot of them tend to like. So that's probably the biggest portion of it, and then they do have to do some advertising activities and learn how to promote their products on campus, and it's kind of fun to watch the kids learn the basics of business at the smallest level possible, so that they could use that potentially later on if they want to start their own business.
We also have guest speakers come in. This is a two-semester college course, so we have lectures come in as well.
Not 2 semester, 2 credit hours?
2 credit hours.
Right,
Yes.
okay.
2 semester credit, or 2 credit hours. Yes, so 2 hours of economic credit. So anyway, we have guest speakers. We also take them on a tour of usually either a business. The last 3 years we've toured OSU South Centers and see their business incubator, their aquaculture program, and so that's a really, really neat opportunity for the students to visit there. So yeah, it's a very fun week.
What kind of business people do you have speaking?
We have people from banks. We have a professor that usually comes up from Flagler College that speaks on economic topics. What else?
A couple of years ago, we had John Keyes come in. He was the #1 CFO in the nation for about 5 years. He just recently retired, and I got a hold of him, and he came in. So he's probably the biggest person we've ever had come in.
What's his company?
Well, he helped build Target, Vera
Target to our upper crust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vera Bradley. He helped build Urban Outfitters, J.C. Penney. I don't even know.
Yes.
There's like 40 companies that he helped build. They were pretty huge. He was company hopping, but I mean he helped build all the big corporations you see now. So he was our big guy that come in. We were all kind of in awe of.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember we used to have Bob Evans come in.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Bob used to come in.
And it was always surprising to watch the kids, because a lot of the kids are not from around here.
Right.
Or even if they were, they didn't know that Bob existed. They
Right.
thought it was just a
A
name.
lot of people think it's just fake person they put behind it. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of people that are kind of shocked about a real Bob Evans.
And we usually try to take the students over to tour the homestead, and we also the Adamsville Village, so that they can see actually where Bob Evans started, and his story as an entrepreneur is very important to us in this area, and so we like to share that with the students that come in from Cleveland, Dayton, Columbus, so. They're pretty impressed that they're actually able to visit where the original Bob Evans restaurants started.
Yeah, where it stood, it's not exactly the same as it used to be, but it's
Right.
there.
Yes, it's there. Yes, yes. So, yeah.
Okay, what other community outreach programs do you do?
Well, besides the school visits, this past year we had worked with the Chamber of Commerce. We haven't really got anything lined up this year. We're kind of trying to change what we're focusing on since since we have changed with ENACTUS as well. The name changed. I think they're changing their focus a little bit, and so we are as well. But mainly, I think. So far this year, we've worked with schools and doing the community service
Food drive.
food drives.
The food drive is our biggest project we do every
probably.
year. The whole corporation of ENACTUS, whenever we do our presentations, they like to see a lot of community service aspects, and Let's Can Hunger is the one that we kind of feel is the most important in our area. So each year, that's a big project that we really hit hard to make very successful.
And in the competition, what do you get judged on? And you just said some of those projects are included, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we have to do, they just changed it. It's 17 minutes now.
Yes.
It's a 17-minute business visual and oral presentation. We have a PowerPoint that goes on behind us and some videos as we all speak about all of our projects. And we have to hit certain aspects, like they want to see in some environmental aspects. They want to see, what are all of them? There's like 5 or 6 points that we have to hit.
And they're
each
more
one of
interested in outcomes
Yeah, they want to see
opposed to outputs. And, projects in the past, the bigger the better, the more people. Now they're wanting to focus more on outcomes. And
So, like, if you went and talked to a group of school kids, it's not the fact that you talk to school kids. Do you do like a pre-test and a post-test, or something to
Yes.
measure?
Yeah.
Yes. They want projects that are measurable. And we were talking with on a conference call with the project manager for Let's Can Hunger, and she was telling us that even if it's just one family, that you can help break the cycle of poverty and hunger. That's good. You can't save the whole world, so you have to start somewhere, and maybe even it's just with one family that you've been able to demonstrate that their situation has improved through either the couponing workshop, being able to save money so they can use that money for other things, necessities, or if it's whatever you can do to show that they're better off from obtaining knowledge that you have presented through some of your projects or workshops.
So, are you the main couponer?
No.
I want to be. I intend to be.
We actually brought in a couponing expert for our little coupon workshop that we had last week. So that was kind of interesting
It was.
listening to her, because she kind of gave you tips on how to find them and how to use them, what they're best used for. And it was kind of amazing.
What's the top 3 tips in couponing
Wow.
that you learned?
Buy lots of newspapers.
Yeah.
And she, the lady told us that she buys 6 Columbus Dispatch newspapers every Sunday just for the coupons.
6 of the same.
6
Yeah.
of the same, and pull out that section and go through all those coupons. And what I like too, she said, you're not going to use all those coupons. Share them. That's money to somebody. Share them with somebody else. Do a coupon exchange, or even she called people coupon fairies,
Yeah.
where you'll go to the grocery store and you'll see someone had left a coupon there on the shelf beside an item that you can use. And she said, that's just a good way to kind of share, your experience as far as being able to save money. The first year she started couponing, she told us she had saved $13,500
on
in-
food
on-
and
Yeah, but
in
that's
one
not
year.
that's not a small input of time either.
No.
no, it's definitely
No.
a job, but
Yes.
it gets easier as you go along. The lady we had in, I've known my entire life. So the first few years that she did it, I really noticed it was a full-time job for her. And as she goes, she has a little more time in her hands because she can do it quicker, but
Right.
makes it a little easier. But
Right. Yes. Couponing is something that you have to invest a little bit of time, and you need to be organized.
But
That's
she did
very
give
important.
websites for reference so people can go on and basically find them quicker. I think it's harder when you don't know where to go and you're
Yes.
just looking for 5 hours. But she gave
Can you
some
do that on
websites.
your phone as you're walking through the store?
Yes.
You should, yeah, you should be able
Yes.
to pull them up. I know if you get the Walmart app, you can typically find coupons and things like that with
Yes.
Walmart.
But it's just really fascinating to me to see, what you can buy, and what your quality of the products that you can buy for less. You can go online, and there's websites online where you can print off coupons, or sometimes you can get them sent to your phone. And
So how would you use a phone at a checkout?
sometimes you can just show that,
there a code
or there
maybe?
could be a
Yeah,
code.
there can be a code.
Yes.
I think they can scan some
Sometimes
of
they
them now
can.
too.
So it's really, really neat. And I think it's a habit that you have to kind of establish, you know. Once you get started and you see, oh, hey, I've saved $5, you know.
And I think organization, as far as I can tell,
Oh, yeah.
you have to have a folder and organize so when you come across something, you can get to it right now.
Right.
It's not like you got a stack of 2 inches of stuff and you're
Yeah.
sifting through
If
it, and then
see
you
the-
say, forget it, it's not worth it.
Right.
If you
yes.
see the big couponers, they'll come in and you'll know because they'll have like the fan folders, the ones that they open up, and they're all like alphabetized, and they've got it all so organized that they can just whip out that coupon right then and there. So I don't have that much time. I wish I did, because after her doing her presentation, I'm like, wow, I could be saving $5 on my
That's right.
mascara.
Well, and it's a challenge too. Some people just take that as a challenge. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, I've saved $5 this week, so next week can I do better? You know, and it adds up. I mean, as she said, a coupon is worth it's money. So
Right.
are you going to throw away a $1 coupon? You're just throwing away a dollar. So when you look at it that way, it makes sense. Okay, you know. And then she also talked about stockpiling versus hoarding, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So some people, you know, just because it's on sale,
Have to buy it.
yeah, I have to buy it. Well, you know, if you can't use it, then why buy it? So that it was very interesting. I think we got a lot of good information from the workshop.
Okay, so we've explored what SIFE ENACTUS does and what it does for the community. What's it mean to you as a student? What do you get out of it? The Free Enterprise Conference, the projects, and going to the competition.
Well, it's really fun for me to get to do, and especially since I'm a business management major, it lets me kind of teach what I'm being taught. So it kind of helps me give back to more of the younger students. I really like going into the classrooms and teaching. That's another thing I would like to do one day, is actually get my teaching degree. So to go into the classrooms is really fun for me. The conference is always a blast every year. That's what I look forward to. My parents kind of get annoyed me talking about it all year round, because that's what we want to do. And you get to kind of meet some students from all over the state of Ohio, so that's really fun. And the community service projects are really good, just because it helps you give back to the community. With the Let's Can Hunger project being our biggest community service project that we do, we feed hundreds of families for years on end by donating food. So that's really reassuring to know that little kids aren't starving at night because of the projects that we're doing and the donations that we get to turn in for these families.
What kind of other people would you meet at one of these conferences? Because
What do you mean?
I've had a little bit of history with SIFE, so I know that there's some wheelers and dealers and movers and shakers there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's very true. At the competitions and stuff, we meet a lot of the big wigs, I guess you could say, for corporations. And when they have the big dinners and things, I've gotten to sit down and eat dinner with some of the biggest presidents of some of the largest corporations in the world. So that's kind of a neat aspect of the whole organization too, is getting to meet people that you would never get to meet otherwise. So
Do you have like business cards you swap and?
Yes,
yeah, we
absolutely.
always take the business
Take your
cards.
business cards.
So you can get, I have some friends who have walked in and gotten a job right on the spot for corporations. So, I mean,
After the
Bus-
fact.
yeah, after SIFE.
After.
But I mean, that you can walk in straight into an interview. They'll interview right on the spot for jobs that they're looking for. So that's a really good tool to use for students, and it's for any major. So, I mean, I have a friend who's a biology major. I'm like, you could still work for a corporation, maybe in their departments for, I don't know, finding new chemical balances in shampoo or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
I have a
But-
friend that does that.
I mean, any major can participate in ENACTUS and experience educational parts and community service parts, as well as get some good connections with some corporations. So.
That's what I think is really interesting and important with the ENACTUS experience, is that students can attend the career fairs that they have at regional and at national level, and as Amber said, they have the opportunity. Our students have the opportunity to meet upper level management people from Walmart, Wells Fargo. And I think there are over 200 corporations that are actually involved with ENACTUS, and so they send their top people down to recruit our type of students, the ENACTUS SIFE students, because they know they have had the experiences that maybe just the average college student hasn't had, because of the competitions, the working with students, the teaching experience, as well as working with businesses. So the work that they do outside the classroom gives them maybe just a little step up as far as experience and opportunities for jobs because of what they've been able to accomplish through their work. So I just think that's a really important part of being part of
I know they have to know how to present themselves
Yes.
well,
Yes.
speak in front of people,
Right.
and maybe memorize a script, write a script
Right.
that
Yeah.
may sway the opinion,
Right.
and not make a PowerPoint that bores people to
Right.
tears.
That's right.
There's so many expectations for an ENACTUS student, especially in the competition parts with appearance and presentation skills, and all these things that are expected are also expected in the corporation world, especially with management skills, because we have to organize and plan all of the projects that we do. So corporations know that they have this expectation, and they know the SIFE ENACTUS students are going to meet those. So we kind of have an upper hand on just an ordinary student walking into an interview with especially the corporations that sponsor us. So that's pretty
What
good.
I think is really neat, I've had students come back and tell me that they were so happy that they were on our presentation team when they were in college because they had to give business presentations, and they said, I felt comfortable. I wasn't tongue-tied. I had the poise and the confidence that I could do that. So to me, that was, a great
'Cause all
thing.
these big wigs you guys were talking about,
Right.
are they sitting in the same room judging at the
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right. So
There's about
if
10
you
of
can
them.
present to a CEO of whatever,
Right.
well, then your little meeting at your own company is going to be no
Should
sweat.
be.
Yeah, there's
yes,
about
very-
10 to 15 judges depending on what level you're at, and they're all the CFOs, CEOs, and presidents of like Walmart and Sam's Club, Pepsi, Coke, Walgreens, Home Depot.
Pepsi and Coke in the same building?
I know, right?
Wow.
Half the building is separated in Coke and half is separated in Pepsi. I mean, I made a joke at Nationals. We were talking about all the people. I said, I've never been in a room with so much power in my life. There were so many people who are the top dogs in their corporation.
the
So
movers and shakers.
So how long have we been doing this at Rio Grande?
Since 1978.
Wow.
So
we're,
It's a long
we're one of the
history.
Yes,
oldest,
one
in
of
the
the oldest
entire
teams.
in the entire ENACTUS corporation, not
Yes.
just like in Ohio. Then
Yes.
So where have we ranked?
We have continually either placed or were regional champions every year.
we've won like 18 times or
Yes.
something like
Yes.
that. So,
And we've gone to national competition, gosh, I
know.
haven't looked it up
we have
lately.
a ton of trophies. I
Almost
know that.
every year.
Yes,
right?
we've
We
got
have a ton of
a lot of
trophies.
trophies to
Yeah.
store somewhere, but I think it's just been a really good history here at the University of Rio Grande. I think we, looking back, we've produced a lot of very, very good students that have gone on and have done great things. So very proud of them.
If you're interested in becoming an ENACTUS member,
Yes.
are there qualifications, and who should they contact?
They can contact me, Carol Smith, at 245-7367 or csmith@rio.edu, and I can give you the information as far as when we're meeting. We meet once a week for about a half hour to no longer than an hour.
You
We
just
meet
have to be a college student.
Yes, be a college student. You don't have to be a business major because there's jobs for everybody from every major.
Is there
actually.
a grade qualification?
No. No, we don't.
You just take anybody.
We just take
We will
anybody
take 'em
that's
all.
interested.
Take 'em all.
We will. We will take interested people.
If you have the enthusiasm, you
yes,
can do it.
you
Yes.
can do it, and
We
we'll
like-
find something for you to do for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thanks for appearing on Business Talk. I think we've covered just about everything. So
Awesome.
thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.